Alright, test. This is just a simple, what we're gonna be doing, though I'm only gonna be here for like an hour and a half, maybe. This isn't a stream, this is just a, playthrough. I'll upload this, I'm probably not gonna edit it. I'm hoping to do a review of all the Final Fantasy games. This is one of those things that I've wanted to do ever since I first started Civilized Reaper. Is use it as an opportunity. One sec. To play through all of these JRPGs and stuff like that I haven't played through before. So I have Final Fantasy here. This is the PSP version. I own this. I'll show a copy when I eventually make the final edited video. But in case anyone cares about, the ethics of this, I also own it on through Pixel Remaster. And I've played through it on Pixel Remaster. But basically what this is going to be a test of is I want to get all of the achievements and retro achievements. I've never really used retro achievements. I've had it enabled and stuff, but I've never really gone out of my way to use it. I've always thought it was a cool idea, though. So I'm hoping that this works out well. This is in hardcore mode, no save states. There's 57 achievements. I'm assuming they're relatively similar to, what's it? The achievements on, Pixel Remaster. I don't know what the canoe is. So what's the lowest? What's the lowest, 8.65, which is, getting all the bestiary. Which, yeah, that makes sense. Which is nice. That means that it's very likely that there's pretty much no missables or anything like that. It'd be pretty hard for them to actually be missables in this game. Because of how, open it is. But, hopefully I'll get them all. I really don't care about whether or not it's hardcore or not. Though it seems like the majority of people that actually like go out of their way to get all of the achievements will almost only do it in hardcore, based off of these charts here. Maybe that's only true for this game. And then you can also do the subset where you do a solo class. Which I also think these are cool. I think this as like a concept's cool. Stuff like that seems like barely anyone's even attempted this. Yeah. I mean, it would be pretty hard. Warrior. Oh, do you have to do it? Oh. Oh, no wonder. You have to do it with each class? Oh, that sucks. Fuck that. Yeah, no. No, that's not happening. But anyways, normal. I don't know. Tape. So, anyways, we got our main ones here. excited to start this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, I might start streaming again. I don't know. Depends on how crazy my life gets. Right now I don't have a bunch of time to stream. Got a Pathfinder game that I'm running. Got this. Or I've got a wife to take care of. And I've got this that, I just kind of want to do on the side or whatever. But it's really not a big deal. No analog stick required. That's crazy. Anyways. Another thing we're gonna be experimenting with a bit is how necessary a guide is. Whenever you hear people talk about this game, they talk about, oh, this game is fine, but you need a guide, is basically what they'll say. It's like, oh, this game's great, or whatever, but you need a guide. So what we're gonna do is basically, if I get to a point where I have no idea where to go, after I've talked to NPCs in the area, if that happens, then I will basically open up a guide or whatever, and figure out where I need to go. Otherwise, I will try not to use a guide as much as possible. And when I'm clearing up, doing cleanup with bestiary, I'll probably grab a guide. But until then, I'm going to try my hardest not to use a guide ever. So, that's basically what's going on here. But, yeah. Oh, we'll restart the game real quick. Oh, oops. So I do own a copy of this game, though I would like to have it with, I would like to have it, I have the favorites, and I would not, I don't want the favorites. I would rather just have it be, I don't believe there's any. I'm just trying to make it so the pixel art looks good. And doesn't, like, washed out or anything. So this is a FMV from the PS1 version of the game, actually, which I also own, I believe. I don't know if I've ever actually watched this cutscene. Okay, so that's our fearless fighter right there. There's a dragon, big dragon, that's scary. I don't remember ever fighting a dragon in Final Fantasy 1. So that's something that's kind of funny about this. So I did, when I did my complete playthrough, I played through the Pixel Remaster. This looks pretty nice on a, like, nice bright screen. I've got a pretty nice monitor. So it's a mini LED with like 1000-nit brightness. So the contrast actually looks really good. And like how it shines and is bright and all that looks really nice. And I mean, yeah, the lighting on his eyes is a little creepy. pixel art doesn't look bad. The lighting on his eyes is creepy, but I mean, I was what, 2000 or not 2000? I was 1999 FMV maybe. So I mean, not too horrible. So we are just gonna go with a fairly standard setup. This is a setup that I went with, I believe, for my first playthrough too. So we could do Thief or we could do Monk. I think my first playthrough I did Monk, so I'm gonna go with Thief. And we're gonna give each of them names. We're just gonna do the auto name. We got Desh as our warrior. We got Biggs as our thief. We got Sarah, our white mage, and Hamak, our black mage. So, that's nice. We'll see these guys, and how they grow and all that. One sec. Why is my mouse so slow? Okay. Oh. Doesn't matter, I'm not playing with the mouse anyway. So we're gonna see these characters grow and develop. I'm so excited to see who these characters grow into be when they grow big and strong in the future. So, begin the game with this party, absolutely. I might just have a bestiary checklist for like each of the areas. So I know the Pixel Remaster is the most accessible version of this game. Not necessarily by ease of use, but specifically because of the fact that you can just buy it outright. It's available digital. You can buy it on Steam. You can buy it on your phone. You can buy it on Switch or anything. It's available on everything. And that's definitely valuable. So I understand most people won't be able, after a long journey. Four young travelers did at last appear, the crystals. Then a hand each was clutched a crystal. I like the added clouds artwork. Oh shit. We're straight into the map. So we're gonna go castle. A nice castle. Okay, so square shows us our bestiary. So we're gonna see this completed by the end of the game. And change our formation. And by doing that, I believe, yeah, we can change who's up front. Who we like up front. But I always like fighter being up front. It's a very iconic look for this game, in my opinion. And something that, you'll always kind of see, I suppose. I don't know if that makes sense. But it seems like a lot of the most iconic imagery of the game. I believe? It looks like it's jittering for me a little bit. I'm gonna turn on VSync. Hopefully that'll fix it. This PSP game, so it's also very easy to emulate. This version ends up being rather accessible as well, if you are willing to deal with emulation. A lot of people aren't. It is a little hard and annoying, as you can see with me fiddling around with settings all the time. But I mean... everything feels like it's gibbering so much for me. Hello. Hi, is this a sister? I want my sister. Oh, that's bad. Seems like her sister's missing. Okay. Just repeats it. The guard here. King is searching for the prophesied warriors of light. Those crystals, could it be? Oh. Okay. All the guards are saying the same thing, I think. Those crystals, you must see the king at once. Okay. Also, PSPs are pretty cheap. The game on PSP is actually pretty cheap too. If you want to buy a physical copy, I think I got mine for like 20 bucks. I'd have to check the price charting price, but the king, welcome travelers. I am told you carry crystals. Is this true? Yeah, we got our crystals right here, bitch. It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Also, I think this version is just more visually appealing than the Pixel Remaster. The pixel art just looks really nice. Your Majesty, we cannot be for certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. King, that they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you not rescue my daughter, Sarah? Well, we got Sarah in our party. Can we give you her? Garland, a knight once at His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. Oh no! I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a sign of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Okay, so we wanted to go to the bridge. Oh, that's what we want. Other thing we should check, configuration, message page, we can turn this stuff out. And dash, pretty much on by default. So, let's walk around to Cornelia. Cornelia, the City of Dreams. It's an interesting name. It's a cool name for a city, I like that. Or title, I guess, for a city. That would really be the city's name. Oh. I once lived to the east of here in the harbor city of Provoca. Okay. These days I hear it's turned into a pirate's den. Okay, so Provoca's got pirates in it. Okay, we'll have to keep a lookout for Provoca. So this guy's got stuff. We don't got stuff. But he's got like potions, antidotes, phoenix down, sleeping bags. Okay. Do we have any gear at all? I have a knife. Clothes. So yeah, I don't believe any of us have actual... Sarah has a staff, but besides that, none of us actually have gear. Anyway. We should probably get spells for our mages. So early on they can end up. So this is White Mage. So, deals damage to undead foes. Protect raises one ally's defense. Blink raises caster's evasion. So we're gonna get Cure. And we're gonna get Dia. Oh, good deal. We're just gonna get 2 for each of them. Okay. So, fire. Sleep. Sleep sounds good. So basically 1 offensive spell and 1 defensive spell for each. Okay. So we have 300 to equip our knight and okay. So you can wear chainmail. Let's do it. Let's get leather armor. Chainmail. Leather armor. Okay. Knife, staff, rapier, or hammer. Let's get a hammer for White Mage. We can give the staff to the... and we'll get... not 11, too. So much. Okay. Here, India. We actually have enough. We can get each of them a 3rd spell. So let's get Protect. I like Protect. Let's do Protect. And for here, let's get Thunder. Here. Okay, so we know that Garland is around, and he has to be on this continent because we can't even go to the. Oh, we're in our first battle. Let's see how we fare. Okay, so we all attack first. And then we see what happens. Okay, so we got our first out of the first 50 enemies. And I think this actually retains the missing system from the original, where you will hit enemies that aren't there anymore. Or actually, I don't think it is. Oh. Oh, wait. Yeah, so we can't even travel up this bridge. Because it's not there. And I mean, we've got this, this little green pathway, so we should probably follow that. This is highlighting our way. I think it auto targets, yeah, it auto targets. Now everyone gained a level. Okay. Everyone gained a level, this is nice. Oh, there's a little cave here. Let's check that out. Maybe Garland's in here. The Earth Gift Shrine. The Earth Gift Shrine. Langia ye can enter, but the way's been shut since the land began to decay. Okay, so used to be able to come here, but future stench of decaying earth hangs heavy on the air. Okay. Well, seems like there's something back there, but I don't think I can get to it. So, also I know I'm playing this like a dumbass, but I'm trying to I'm being the little person that the game devs appeal to, you know? Okay, we got a Black Widow. This is a new enemy. Ooh, that was big right there. Okay, there's this big castle. That seems important. Chaos Shrine. Okay, so I'm actually a little worried because, from what I remember, we're in the Chaos Shrine actually pretty early. I think you're supposed to be here, like, at least level 3 or something, so this might actually give us a little bit of a run for our money. I don't know. Let's hope not. Let's hope we'll be okay. Cool. Okay, we're gonna get a new enemy. Okay. Our damage is not... Oh, we beat him, but that damage was not great. Oh! When we leveled up, our health didn't match our... We didn't actually, gain any health. We just, leveled up. So we just have a higher max. Okay. We got rid of the one. Okay, So we need a key. We may actually want to go back and rest. Just because, we don't have a whole lot of, resources. Oh, shit. Okay, this ain't that bad. We don't have a whole lot of resources. And we probably can't beat Garland with the resources we have. Or even really effectively go through this dungeon with the resources we have. So we should probably go back to Cornelia and stop by him. I find it really interesting that the thief is outpacing the fighter in health. That's a little weird to me. I wonder why that is. From like a game design standpoint, I suppose. Well, these guys aren't really hurting us that much. We'll also grab some potions while we're in town, because we got the money too now. We did when we first got there, too. So we'll probably make it through the Chaos Shrine, and then I'll end today's play session. Play pleasant dreams. Everyone go night-night. Yeah, I think this version of the game. Oh wait, we were gonna grab potions. I'm gonna go back. We should really grab potions. Because it's gonna suck to try to do this with no potion. Ooh, new enemy! He's dead. Helps our bestiary. So, I would like to 100% all of them, and so I'm doing the mainline Final Fantasies. But when I count mainline, I've thought about whether or not I want to do, like, Final Fantasy XIV as it. And I love Final Fantasy XIV. Right? I think it's a really good game. However, I don't know if it's good enough to warrant me kind of planning around it, because it's a really big game, and I'm a fairly completion-focused person. If I was to cover Final Fantasy XIV in a scripted video, I'd probably go expansion by expansion, and I might pepper them long run. But because of how completion focused I am, and how big of a game Final Fantasy XIV is, because of course it's an MMO, right? So its whole thing is to be big. But I don't know if I really want to dedicate that much of my life to it. It's a fun game, but I'm in moods for it. And so what'll probably happen is I'll probably just buy a month when I want a month, play through it for a month or whatever, and then stop and go on break for a while. Because what I would like to do, and because I'm a completion focused person, I really like I want to get all the jobs maxed out, right? And that's not an insane goal. It's not something nobody's ever done before, right? But it's not easy, and I would kind of like to do it within like the level cap within each within each expansion. Within each expansion, and see how each expansion or just what kind of things were even available with each expansion when it came to like leveling up. Because I think a lot of people, and I mean this is the nature of MMOs, but as the game ages, a lot of people end up forgetting what the game used to be like, if that makes sense. They forget how the game used to be and what it used to play like, or even what the experience for a new player is. And I mean, I'm not necessarily a new player, but I'm really not, extremely knowledgeable when it comes to the world of Final Fantasy XIV. I understand bits and pieces, and I can play my jobs fairly, average, I would say. Not great, but not horrible. Where I feel like there's a lot of people that talk about Final Fantasy XIV, play Final Fantasy XIV, that really just focus on like, oh well, it gets good here, it gets good once you get to Heavensward, it gets good once you get wherever, right? And like, it is a good game, but its quest design is horrible. It's a fun game, and the dungeons can be fun, and the combat can be fun, and the grind can be fun. And that's what I want when I'm playing an MMO. And even if its story is fantastic, if the quests don't entice me to finish that story, then it's a bad game. Like, when it comes to a story experience. So, when a lot of people say that, like, oh, Final Fantasy XIV is the best RPG MMO, which is something that a lot of people say, that's fine, but, I disagree, because, it is, because it fits within a genre that was made specifically for that game. you know, but if we're talking about, like, how it stacks up within the realm of RPGs, it's not good. And that's it. It's not even good. You know, again, that doesn't make it a bad game overall. But it does mean that it isn't perfect, and that it isn't, you know, something that's for everyone. And so I think I would also really like Final Fantasy XIV more if I had more people that I knew to play it with. Okay, well this is fun. But I really don't have a whole lot of people to play with. And you may say, well, like, oh, well, that's why you don't think it's great. But it doesn't matter, because you can't even play through the story with your friends. And I think that's something that they really need to address. I think that's something that will really end up pushing people away from the game for a long time. Considering that, like, even, like, Destiny, you can play through the story with your friends. You know, most MMOs that have even a semblance of a story, you can play through the story with your friends. Because the whole point is the community, and everyone talks about the Final Fantasy XIV community and how great it is. Final Fantasy XIV community is pretty alright. It's not bad, it's not great. And the reason it is, you know, as good as it is because if you aren't as good as it wants you to be, you will get banned. And you just flat out will. And whether that's a good thing or not is up to you. I don't necessarily think that's a great thing. I think a more effective way of, you know, doing those things is just having the simple rule of, like, oh, oops, I should have used the and we might still be okay. Okay. But simply the aspect of... Okay, so we're gonna be heading into the shrine right now. But the aspect of an easier way, I feel, to get around the things that they want to do is to do a lot of the things that they've already done, which is, like, ban third-party tools that, like, allow you to criticize other people for doing bad, right? I don't think they should ban all third-party tools. I use third-party tools because I don't like their launcher. So I use an alternative launcher because I don't like putting in my long string of passwords every single time I log in. I find that to be rather annoying. And it won't just remember me or whatever. So I find that to be very frustrating. That, you know, if I'm playing scattered throughout the day, I have to, you know, log in, and every single time I open up the launcher, I have to put in my password again. So unless I just want to keep the launcher open all the time, I have to just keep putting my password in. Which sucks. Okay, so here it is. Here's Garland. There's the princess, I think. Garland, the king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Oh no. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Oh shit. It's gonna knock us down, guys. So, and I'll probably cover remakes. like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have a PS5 after all. I might as well, you know. And when it comes time to do Final Fantasy VII, I'm probably gonna do Final Fantasy VII, and then I'm gonna do Crisis Core through the remake of it. And it is a remake, which is Crisis Core Reunion. And then I'm probably gonna just do, and then after that, I'll do the remake game. Now, here's one thing that I really like, and I mean, kinda spoilers if you've never played this game before, right? That this whole thing here is simply the beginning of the game, you know? This is how the game starts. And is rather, you know, like, climactic or whatever. And yet it's just the beginning of the game. I mean, I don't know. It's sort of climactic, but like, this is a big boss fight. And this is like the whole plot of a lot of fantasy stuff at the time, you know. I believe 1987. You know, when you were reading a fantasy novel at the time, or whatever you were doing that was fantasy, chances are it was gonna be about, you know, this guy, oh, he stole the princess, you gotta get him back. You gotta get her back. And this game's like, well, kind of. You know, but there's these crystals of light, you know, and getting rid of this guy is only the beginning. You know, so we got our first achievement. I think this legit might be my first Retro Achievements achievement. I'm not sure. I might have one for Need for Speed Underground too. You've come to rescue me. I don't know how I can ever thank you. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. That's the first time anyone's defeated Garland. Well, then, anyone is pretty bad. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. And I might cover Final Fantasy XI. 2, maybe. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the Warriors of Lights from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety. Ahem, as if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 Warriors of Light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Storing light to the crystals is our only hope for ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and the world. Okay, so I actually have a bit more time. We've got about a half hour. Wait, just a moment. This loot has been entrusted to the princesses of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this loot as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you in your journey. We got the worthless piece of wood! I don't remember the loot being useful in this game, in the story. Well, anyways, are you the Warriors of Light, the ones from Lucan's prophecy? Yeah. The beautiful loot handed down for generations to the Princess of Cornelia is said to have a unique power. It can shatter the gateway of evil. Oh my. Okay. Well, I guess it's gonna shatter the gateway of evil, that's my guess. I don't know if I could ever thank you for rescuing Sarah. Well, that's nice of her. They can't thank us enough for rescuing Lady Sarah. And I mean, the other thing to consider is, like, yeah, Legend of Zelda was very impressive at the time. My sister's back. It's all thanks to you guys, isn't it? I could just kiss you. Mwah. Okay. But, also, I will never cover Nintendo games. I do not like Nintendo. I think they are a bad company. I play Nintendo games every now and then. But in general, I just don't have the desire to. But this is basically my official statement. I do not like the stance they take on emulation. I think they are foolish for their stance on emulation. And I think that they are, and I think the way they're handling the stuff with Power World is despicable. I think it's just horrible what they're doing to Power World and those indie developers. Because like people are allowed to make a knockoff. Like, why didn't they sue Digimon or whatever? You know, but it's really just because, you know, Sony was in talks with them and stuff like that. They're just a very manipulative and bad company, in my opinion, and I don't like them. And I find it's just better just to not play their game. I'm not going to judge anyone who does play their games. Their games are good. You know, I understand that, and they're very influential. But what I was saying though is, yeah, Legend of Zelda had a huge impact on the game industry. But I mean, so this game basically, in a sense, goes like, okay, so what are you doing in Legend of Zelda? Oh, you save the princess, and that's the end of the game? And there's basically no dialogue? Okay, well, in our game, that's gonna be the first hour. And there's gonna be way more dialogue, and you're gonna need to read it. And you're gonna need to read it to be able to do what you need to do next. And even though our map may, like, be smaller, I don't know if it is smaller or not, or bigger or whatever, but, like, no matter how big our map is, our story is so much bigger in scope, and, like, so much more sprawling. And that was a huge part of the competition, I would expect, with just, like, what this game did for the industry. And I think this game did great things for the industry. I mean, it didn't invent JRPGs, that was probably, Dragon Quest? But our ancestors sealed weapons within this treasure house 400 years ago. Then they gave the key to the Elf King to hold until the coming of the Warriors of Light. Okay, so we should probably go meet the Elf King. Okay, so I'm gonna do this old school, right? Final Fantasy notes. Okay. So, Elf King. I'm gonna... field weapon. The Elf King. I've got my notes app open, and I'm gonna log notes. And that's the key. Okay. So we need to go to the Elf King to get the message. Okay. Oh. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Lucan's prophecy. Okay. Made our bridge. Make our bridge. Bridge. Dr. Pepper is the nectar of God. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? Everything. The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. Oh. Where are you? So, if you don't know the plot to this game, I guess I'm not gonna spoil too much for you. But it must have been crazy at the time. Oh, Sage Lucan said something about finding the crescent moon. Then he just up and left town. So maybe that was Sage Lucan. You'll be needing a ship if you want to move around more freely. If you have trouble obtaining one through normal means, you could always borrow a pirate ship. Okay. So, finding the crescent moon. Okay. I'll make a note. Finding the crescent moon. Okay. A witch named Matoya lives to the north of Cornelia. The witch Matoya, north of Cornelia. The answer? So why are you still here? Weren't you supposed to be crossing that bridge to the north? You must really want to dance with me. Yeah, I do kind of want to dance with you, but the game won't let me. Cornelia, the city of Transit. And then this over here, this was the guy. Provoca is a pirate thing. Provoca is pirates. Okay. So I think that's oh, maybe not. They say Matoya's peepers aren't too sharp. We can't see a thing without her crystal eye. Matoya needs crystal eye to see. There are none in need of my service. Do not lose heart. Okay, so that's the master. Priest or whatever the hell. Okay, so I think we got all of our notes for what we can see in Cornelia. Got good, nice money. Now, there were some things that were rather archaic in the original. So, in the original, if you targeted an enemy... Oh, here's the iconic... I love this art, too. This art is beautiful. And so their quest began. Skip this up a little bit. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. they did not even know the true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. Crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. Time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into the light. Isn't that sweet? Boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Okay. So, let's look at our base here. Goblin. Goblin Guard. Wolf. Crazy Horse. Skeleton. Black Widow. Gigasworm. Warp. Zombie. Ghoul. And Garland. So we need 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Garland. Oh, he's 12. Okay, so, we need 9. So what's 9? Nine is a werewolf. The Cavern of Earth. With the pregnant. We'll probably encounter them as we play. We'll probably just worry about all that stuff as now in this game, they did convert, because in the first game there was an actual spell slot system. And in this game, instead it's an MP system. New enemy. Oh, that's not good. Let's hope that these aren't as, this is not good. Okay, we got the crazy horses. Looks like there's a dock here. Uh-oh. Ho-ho! Please? Fuck. No! Yeah. Okay, we got one. Did I gain a level though? Fucking Homac. Homac died. And we don't have any... I think we shouldn't go any higher. At least this encounter we take care of. Priest! You little angel babies. Bye, priest. Well, I finished that. Just in case. And this will be where we end. So, I hope you guys have a good time. Have a good day. I hope this was worthwhile part of your day. On the main channel, on Civilized Reaper, I do have a plan for some videos, actually. Some scripted videos. They aren't necessarily related to video games. So, I've been really into horror lately. Watching a lot of Creepcast. It's a great video, or a great channel. But the video that I want to make, and probably will make actually, is Terrifier 3. I want to do something on Terrifier 3. I think it's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies of 2024, actually. I think it's a fantastic movie. It's got great effects. It's got a really good story, in my opinion. And I really like the supernatural elements, and specifically how it handles demons and Christianity. I am Christian. And I think it's really interesting, the difference between something that can handle heretic things in a way that's respectful to the original religion, or respectful to the impact of the original religion, and like the things surrounding it. So I'm hopefully going to be doing a video on that. I don't know if it's going to be about the concept of like demonology or like Christianity in horror films, or if it's specifically going to be about mostly the climax of Terrifier 3, which I think is quite possibly one of my favorite climaxes in a horror film just ever. I haven't seen a whole lot. I've seen a good amount, but I'm not really someone that hunts. But I kind of stumbled upon Terrifier, and I've really enjoyed it ever since. So hopefully I can make a video that's entertaining for you, that you all will like on the main channel with that type of thing. If so, just yeah. I don't want Civilized Reaper to just be about video games. I think that's something that I don't want to be in a box. I really don't want to be in a box. But I do want to make videos. I admire a lot of people that make videos. It's hard, and I wanna become a writer, just in the future. And I think making videos might be a step on the way to it if I'm making scripted content. Stuff like this doesn't necessarily help me in that regard that much. In the future, I might do streams on like writing stories based off of chat's prompts. If I do start a Patreon or something along those lines, I might have like the top rated comment on Patreon. I write a short story based off of it, right? I can't post to no sleep, which kind of sucks. So I really have to rely on my own to get my stories out there, get my stories heard. So This is probably gonna go straight to the Civilized streaming or Civilized VODs channel. This isn't content I want on the Civilized Reaper main channel. That's all gonna be scripted content. I've talked about doing stuff with that channel for a very long time now. And I want to. I really do. But I think part of it is also I don't know what I want the tone for that channel to be right now. I've thought about doing like Scott the Woz type content, very scripted characters, something along those lines. When I first started this channel, I was very inspired by Scott the Woz. And I know that a lot of people don't love video essay slop or whatever, but I do. I think I might lean more towards that, but I don't think I'm gonna fall into one specific category. I think I'm gonna spread myself wide. I think I may end up actually even doing video essays on books that I love, like The Cosmere. Brandon Sanderson has made some really great books. So Wind and Truth was alright. I have issues, but Wind and Truth was a good book. Generally. And it had a nice ending. I'll say that. Some of the dialogue is really where I think the book struggled a lot. But that's kind of besides the point. I worry that I'm gonna end up making content, having something that actually does well, and then constantly worry that I need to do that over and over. And I don't know if I want YouTube to be my full-time career. I honestly probably don't. But if it's something that will fulfill me creatively, will help me with other issues in my life, and will just help me in general, you know, provide for my wife, my future kids, whatever, I'm gonna do it that. I'm gonna do it that way. So I guess that's kind of the mentality I have going into the future with my channel. And I may come back and do streaming. If I do streaming, I'm going to be doing streaming on Twitch, probably Kick as well, YouTube, and just see which one does the best. If I ever get an exclusivity deal or whatever, I doubt it. Another one of my big inspirations when I first started this whole thing, which is barely a thing. I mean, all I've made so far is really just some Final Fantasy XIV streams, basically VODs, of me grinding for hours saying nothing. And I don't think that type of content's good. I genuinely don't. And like, I'm probably gonna do more content like this. I know this is kind of an outdated content style. This is really just, you know, old school Let's Plays. This very, to me, 2014 Minecraft YouTubery, you know. This video is barely gonna be edited, if at all. And I just if you guys like the content, let me know. Just put a comment down below or whatever you think will show your support for the channel, and show that you want the content that I'm talking about. And I will finish Final Fantasy 1. I'm gonna 100% this game. I like this game. It's a good game. It's pretty simple. But, you know, sometimes that's nice. My black mage has more MP than fucking but I think simple games are nice. Once I get through Final Fantasy, I might go through the Xehanort saga of Kingdom Hearts. Maybe. Rechain of Memories has always been hard for me, but I've started to like deck builders. Balatro was probably my game of the year of 2024, and I played Astrobot. I 100%ed Astrobot. It's a good game, it is, but I think Balatro is probably better. But Balatro is so good that my wife, that never plays video games, plays Balatro. So I might end up actually enjoying Rechain of Memories this time. But I think what I'm gonna want to go through is just kind of like the story and kind of how we got into the mess that is Kingdom Hearts chronology that exists now. Because it's just a complete clusterfuck. Yeah, oh no, I'm just kind of rambling now. Yeah, I'm sorry. But, well, if you like the content, leave a like. I'm assuming you did, or at least it was nice content for the background while you're working or whatever. You like hearing me ramble. And if so, you know, leave a like, subscribe to this channel because that's the type of content that's going to be on this channel. If you like the content that I'm promising for the main channel, I have the link to the main channel in my channel description, and I'll probably put in the description of this video. So just have a good day, stay safe, and stay civilized, I suppose. But I'm gonna save. Good night, everybody.